Hey guys, what's up? Brandon here, bringing you some more gameplay, some Black Ops, and before I say anything else, you may notice that I sound a little bit different than if you watched my previous videos, and that's because I am now using a new microphone, so enjoy. I'm sorry, I've actually gone back and listened to some of my older videos, and that audio quality is atrocious, so hopefully it'll be better now. This is a much higher quality mic. Anyway, bringing you some Nuketown Domination, and you may notice from the first, few shots here that I'm running with Galil and the grenade launcher. And I know I'm probably going to get trolled for using the grenade launcher, but I'm going to explain my reasoning right here, right now. First of all, this is Nuketown, and pretty much anything goes in Nuketown. You see people with some of the craziest weapon loadouts that don't really make any sense on the surface when you play Nuketown. Second, for a map like this in Domination, the tube is actually very useful, and I know some people think it's kind of a cheap tactic, but I think there's something to be said for being able to throw a nade on a point and then being able to follow it up with a 203 and probably kill someone even if they have flak jacket when they're sitting on the point. So it's pretty useful. Also, just plainly, it's the most useful attachment for this loadout because I'm running sleight of hand, so dual mag doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Extended mags is useful, but it's not nearly as useful as having an explosive, at my fingertips whenever I need it. So anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way because I know I'm going to get trolled for using the tube, so I wanted to give you my reasoning behind it. And if you think it's cheap and you think it's stupid, well, it doesn't affect this gameplay all that much anyway. I think I only get like 3 or 4 kills with it. And the kills I do get with it, I think in this video, are like double or triple kills or something. So, I mean, I don't know if you would ever consider a tube kill to be impressive, but I guess a twofer is more impressive than just killing one person with it, right? So, enough gameplay chatter. I wanted to talk in this video about E3, which, if you follow the gaming world, you should know about. It's a pretty big deal for console and PC gaming, really gaming in general. Anyway, that was going on all this week, and there was a lot of cool stuff going on there, and a lot of big announcements. I'm mainly only concerned with the ones that affected PC gaming, so that's pretty much all I'll talk about here, but I know that there was probably some exciting stuff for you console fans too, like the Wii U and a lot of franchises that you guys enjoy as well. So the first one I'll talk about, as you might expect, is Battlefield 3, which is my most anticipated release of this year. And frankly, so I watched their trailers and then the single player gameplay, which if you haven't watched, you should. It's like a single player tank mission, and that just looked phenomenal. It looked incredible, pretty much lived up to everything I would expect. And then subsequently, yesterday and the day before, they were allowing people to get hands-on time with the multiplayer portion, and from what I saw, that looked great as well. I mean, a lot of people had a lot of positive stuff to say about it, and it just, it's hard to tell a whole lot from a low-quality video shot over someone's shoulder as they play, but I really thought the game looked very far along for what I would normally expect, given that they still have 4 months before the game releases. So I'm really thinking that we're going to see some pretty good optimization right out of the box. As much as I like Bad Company 2, there was a lot of work to do when that game first got released. The server browser was awful. The optimization was not very good. It was hard to get good frame rates even with a beastly computer. So I'm hoping they can iron out a lot of that before BF3 even launches. And it's looking that way. So I was really excited to see that. And so then if I'm talking about Battlefield 3, you know that I'm also going to talk about Modern Warfare 3. So when I watched that trailer, it looked pretty good, but it looked like I could have just as easily been watching a trailer for Black Ops or for Modern Warfare 2. It didn't look like there was much new there. It was the same type of gameplay where you got a lot of explosions, and you got a guy that's trying to shoot a bunch of enemies. Just not a whole lot new there. And whereas Battlefield 3 feels like a much different game than anything I've seen before, Modern Warfare 3 feels like the exact same game that you're watching in this commentary right now. And I mean, I know that's the COD formula, but it's being cemented. And I hope that it's a great game, because I want there to be a lot of great FPS games out there for people to choose what they want to play. But I have a feeling that it's going to be more of the same. And you know, I've talked about this topic before, but I think it's becoming more and more apparent as more and more details come out. So I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that it is more of a step up than I'm giving it credit for right here. But you know, Activision has given us a lot of reasons to be skeptical. So let's see. There were a couple other games that looked pretty cool out of E3. Far Cry 3 looks very interesting. I've never played the Far Cry series, but the game looks amazing, and it looked really gory. Just looked like a really interesting title, so I'm looking forward to hearing more about that. Let's see. Also, the new Hitman game looks really interesting. I've always thought that was a neat idea, like having to do covert missions where you have to kill your marks sort of in a stealthy way. But I just never picked up one of their games before, because for the most part, they usually came out to mixed reviews, and so I didn't want to get burned. But this one upcoming looks really good, so I'm looking forward to that too. And let's see, Star Wars: The Old Republic. I don't know if any of you guys are Star Wars fans, but I played Star Wars Galaxies for a couple years back when I was in high school, and I really loved that game. I really liked the idea of a massively multiplayer online game set in the Star Wars universe. And God, Sony did a pretty awful job with Galaxies, to be honest with you. I loved the game so much that I played it for a long time, but when you look at that game compared to WoW or really any of the MMOs out there, by today's standards, it looks pretty awful. But it looks like they're putting a ton of work into the Old Republic, so I'm curious to see how that turns out. And I think it would be great for World of Warcraft to get some competition, you know, to keep that game fresh and really just to keep the MMO scene from going stagnant. What else? I mean, there were so many good games that looked so impressive. I've never really paid that much attention to E3, but this year I did. I read a lot of stuff about it. I watched some of the trailers and the videos and the gameplays. And, you know, no matter whether you're a console gamer or PC gamer or portable gamer, whatever, I think the takeaway from it is that it's just an exciting time to be into gaming. I think there's something for everyone, and you've got a lot of the heavy hitters putting out sequels that look to be good, and you've also got some new stuff out there that looks really intriguing. So there's never been a better time to be into gaming than right now. So do yourself a favor and check out some of the stuff that's coming out on the horizon. It's going to be a great year in gaming. I can feel it. Anyway, this clip's about over. Hope you guys like the audio quality better, and I think I fixed my render settings. I got the render settings from John, and he left out like half of them, but I think they're fixed now. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. As always, feel free to leave a like and a subscribe and whatever you want to do. Have a good weekend, and thanks for watching.